Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the Paris Olympic-bound athletes have prepared with life and soul for the upcoming Games by participating in nearly 900 international competitions collectively as he launched a campaign to generate online support for the travelling contingent. India won the best ever haul of 7 medals 3 years ago in the Tokyo Olympics, with javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra becoming the first athlete from the country to win a gold in track and field. The Prime Minister made the remarks in his Mann Ki Baat radio address today, the first after the general elections got over. The radio broadcast had taken a break in February ahead of the general election. After drawing a blank in Rio de Janeiro and Tokyo, all eyes would be on the shooters with a record 21-member Paris-bound squad this time. Maheshwari Chauhan had secured India's 21st shooting quota and will be seen in women's skeet event at the Shotgun Olympic competition. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also highlighted that the Paris Olympics will feature several firsts for the Indian sports, including in dressage, in equestrian and women's 76 kg wrestling. Anush Agarwala will be India's first ever entry at the dressage event at Olympics, while Ritika Huda has become the first Indian woman to take part and to make the cut in Olympics women's heavyweight section. The Paris Olympics is slated from 26th of July to 11th of August, and more than 100 Indian athletes have so far qualified for quadrennial showpiece. Let's start our conversation. Deepa Malik, who's the former president, Paralympic India, joins me on the telecast. Deepa Malik, I think this is the golden era that the India of today finds itself in when it comes to providing all impetus, support, financial and otherwise, to athletes in our country to do their best in being able to cut it to the global massive sports tournament of the world, which is the Olympics.
Yes, and I think I can extend this expression to Paralympics as well, because never before has the policies, the government support, the attention, and the celebration of Paralympics has been like this. When Honorable Prime Minister himself we have seen in 2016, we saw in 2020 for Tokyo, he has personally greeted, appreciated, applauded, tweeted, spoken about the para-athletes, connected with their families. He has been very, very involved with individual sports persons and their disabilities and their journeys. So, to have that level of high governance involved in the movement of sports, in celebration of sports, and then making it inclusive, I think this is the golden era for India. Finally, there is a very strong focus on the realization that if we are wanting to be called a developed country, and if we are looking at Viksit Bharat, it has to be holistic. And along with economy, science and technology, women empowerment, along with the green environment and sustainability, we have to have our sports also as a strong focus, because that makes us a sport-loving nation, which means we have a high value system. We are conscious about good health, and being a youth country, it is going to be Fit India. So I feel this is an absolute golden time, and the way the preparations are also going on, because as the next president of Paralympic Committee, devoting maximum time during the preparations of Paris 2024, I look forward to a very beautiful Paralympics.
Absolutely.
In the future.
Absolutely. Anindu, this is the very moment, and this comes off every 5 years, the Olympics take place. And the players that are then discovered, who are winning the titles for the country, are celebrated. I think Neeraj Chopra was this big example. He became a star overnight. Every single Indian, in fact, every single person across the globe knew his name, knew what he did, and the kind of achievement that he had brought in for the country was something which was unparalleled.
Absolutely. And I think...
That's for Anil Dhupar.
Yeah, sorry.
All feel proud with the achievements. Of course, we are very proud of the achievement by Neeraj, but we are equally very happy, and we are got a lot of faith in our other athletes as well. Now we have Commonwealth, we have got Asian Games, and then we have this Olympics. Now Olympics is a special place among the all participating nations, participating athletes, and definitely when the athletes are being selected. I know very well how tough it is for the Indian tennis players to get participation in the Olympics. So definitely the achievement by Neeraj is taken as a benchmark, and we all feel proud, and we are confident that this year, 2024, many more athletes of all kinds of games will bring more glory to the country.
Yeah, yeah. I also have with me Dr. Sunita Godara, and there must be, I don't know how many sports, maybe 60, 70 of these sports that would be part of the Paris 2024 Olympics. And we've been only able to touch the surface with a handful of games that Indians participate in. And if I could bring out the list, we have gymnastics, bobsleigh, A-line, alpine skiing, we have snowboarding, Nordic combined. I have a huge list. So now the potential increases. Now that, more and more of our players are winning in various different fields, it now opens doors for experimenting, participating in other of these sports and hoping that we are going to win medals.
That's true. Other sports which were not so common, they are also coming into Olympics and other championships. Only thing is the athletes who are getting medal in those sports focus is more, and no doubt that now what we were missing earlier, that political will, that is to be seen, and that we are seeing now. That political will is there. Everyone is talking about Olympics. Otherwise, earlier it was only sports people. Now, of course, media was there, but the Prime Minister also speaking and doing so much of promotions for Olympic medalists or talking to the qualifying Olympic players. That's wonderful, because that gives them a real boost, that the whole country is with us.
Absolutely. Deepa Malik, talking about how the scenario was perhaps a decade ago, 15 years ago, there was hardly any support that was provided to our athletes who would go to Olympics, Asian Games, other international competitions. And today, when we see a Prime Minister who's so involved in the sporting scenario himself, where he's calling up players, whether it is about the cricketers, whether it is Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma, who won the the ICC T20 International World Cup for us. He spoke to them, he tweeted about them, and it's not that it's just limited to the sport of cricket. This is, all across, whether it is wrestling, the women's cricket team, you talk about track and field, you talk about shooting. The Prime Minister shows equal enthusiasm, if not more, for all sportsmen in all sporting fields.
I think yes, and it is definitely reflecting on the way the growth is happening, because you see the number of medals are increasing across different sports. If I talk about my Paralympic preparations, last year a squad of 54 had gone and won 19 medals in 9 sports.
Yeah.
Now when we are preparing for Paris, this is the first time for rowing, blind judo, and paracycling. These are the 3 new events in which for the first time Indian para athletes have qualified to be at the Paralympics level. So, and this time we are going for 12 sports. The participation of women has grown. Almost 40% have qualified in the squad. And at the same time, this time the squad is it is looking, because we are still at the final quota allocation and everything, but the way the graph is going, I see 75 to 80 para athletes going. So from 54, we have gone up to 75 minimum. And I have gone through all the qualifications and where the Indians are scoring their world rankings. I'm very comfortably saying that 25 to 30 medals, minimum 25. I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
And for the first time, women are going for track events. We had recently the Para Athletics World Championship. We had the highest medal tally of 17 medals, out of which 6 were taken by women athletes. So this is the way the graph is going up. And Tokyo, especially, see, what has made the difference? Now, you spoke, it wasn't the scene 15 years ago because we didn't even have the basic of having a wheelchair accessible bathroom. Forget about anything else. Today, we have a customized training program under Target Olympic Podium Scheme. There are research officers sitting. I remember for the first time when I wanted to go for World Championship to New Zealand in 2011, the federation was not even in a safe space of being recognized by the government, and they had their own issues. Today, and it was so difficult to tell them that there are different categories, there are different qualification standards, there is medical classification, it is different than Olympics. Paralympics has its own journey. And today we have research officers dedicated sitting in Sports Authority of India, and they would probably be a step ahead of the federation's research.
Yeah.
So science is being added. The assistive aids are given to specific requirement of a specific disability of a specific athlete. So much of customization of training has started happening. So elite level, then the cash rewards policies, the job opportunity incentives, everything has taken a 360 turn and become so much better now.
Yeah, absolutely. Anil Dupar, would you like to add to that? The change, the transformation that has happened, the involvement of the government, the sports ministry, a number of these schemes and policy changes that have been brought in that are allowed for our talent to be discovered and then put on a world stage.
Well, what Deepa said is true, but then what are you looking at as a country? We are looking at more medals. As far as I understand, the sports, the tops, they only take people who are already on top. You see, what is our objective? To talk about 2028 Olympic now. And for that, we should be preparing ourselves. If my man is already top world number 2, 3, 4, 10, he is already got the support of his own game. And what we need today is from the government is that they should pick up the juniors right now and train them for the next Asian Games or Olympics in that spirit. I think the time has come now where the government has come forward and they should do it. Second is the part of the Indian Olympic Association. We have to also understand which manner the Olympic Association is going to support the people which are associated through their national federations. Now, there are many things. The time has changed, as Deepa ma'am has already told you. Time have changed, things have changed, and it is going to change because more and more people, with the interference of the Prime Minister House and things it's definitely helping out, and it's a very positive way. But if tops can change the basic area of work, that they must bring juniors from all the games. Bring them, get into the best training, get into the best physio, the best trainer, the best mental trainers. Now time is changed, and now the statistics is there. The computer have changed the world of athletes. So I think in year to come, we will be a sports leader of the world. I'm so confident about it.
Absolutely.
So budget is there.
Budget is there, the political will is there. There is no dearth of talent in our country. It is just a matter of discovering them, honing the skills, giving them the right mentorship, and it is already being done. It's a work in progress. Justice Sunita
Yeah,
Gudara,
yeah,
also,
I know.
does it also, there's a pivot that the country, that any economy goes through. And when we become the fifth largest economy, there is the GDP that is growing at an exponential rate as compared to the rest of the world. We are looking at being the $5 trillion economy. All these become, offset the growth of various fields in the country, whether it is about arts and culture and sports being one of them as well.
See, if we talk about sports, first of all, they have to increase the budget, what is now somewhere around 3,300 crore. They have to increase it to 7,000 to 10,000 crore. Because if we are planning to host Olympics, or we are trying to bid what our Prime Minister is saying, then first thing, budget has to increase. Then second thing, pipeline has to be created, the nurturing of the junior talent. Because the moment those who are here in the Olympics, they will be 10 years elder. So we have to, like my fellow panelist was saying, we have to look up to nurture the juniors, so that let's say about 10, 14 years old, they will be then after 10 years, they will be the medal prospects. So nurturing has to be increased, and grassroots level work has to be increased. Then we have to have sports hostels, sports universities. More corporates have to come in. CSR training program have to come in. Some companies are doing very well, but more have be required, because grassroots level means we have to reach to the talent which is somewhere hiding, and we are not reaching, because government, federation, big sports companies, they are reaching to the tops only. What about the pipeline? We have to create a pipeline. The nation building for sports will be when we start building bricks by bricks from today. Then only after 10 years, we'll be able to have a mass participation in the international tournaments or at the national level, so that we get the cream out of it.
Yeah. Deepa Malik, when you take a look at all these athletes who have been getting recognition, winning the medals for the country, I think large percentage of them are from small cities and towns and villages. And that's exceptional, and that's how we understand, and these are the people who are in need of money, who are in need of recognition. They come from small families, and perhaps they are the sole breadwinners. And therefore, these victories, this recognition becomes multiple times more valuable for individuals like those.
There has been a paradigm shift in the outlook. Initially, it used to be that sports is just one thing, and it can never be the mainstream. But today you see the sports is becoming a mainstream career option for children, and catch them young definitely is the right way to go forward. Khelo India programs, NCUE sponsorships, and even in para sports, we revived the junior, sub-junior competitions. And you'll be happy to learn that when we did send our youth teams out, we ended up being second and fifth in under 20 and under 17. So that's the way. And when I talk second and fifth, I'm talking about titans of sports. We are looking at UK, USA. We are looking at European countries. We have Korea. We have Japan. And in that, our junior athletes stood second overall in the youth Paralympics, the youth competitions that happened. So what I'm definitely happy about is that today. But these role models are important. These medals are important for people to get interested and aware. When they see a medal being celebrated and so well applauded by the whole nation. And today I'm so happy with movies like Chandu Champion coming out, and people coming out there and cheering a para athletes, Mullikan Petkar's story.
Yes.
You have Devendra Jhajaria, who has been given a Lok Sabha seat to become a part of the electoral process and be a representative. they're using all the medal winners. For example, I have taken initiatives of being the brand ambassador of Swachh Bharat, TB Mukt Bharat, Viksit Bharat, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. When you see us as people who can lead, uh, and then it creates more curiosity, more interest, and more inspiration for younger generation to come and follow the suit. So it is also very important to win medals and then create these role models and the road for the future generation. So I think we are getting there, especially the para sports. We are young, we are nascent, because even when we got registered, we get registered as a NGO, not a sporting federation.
Okay.
So there is this whole shift of thought process that disability sports are charity sports. Now everybody is realizing they are mainstream career option sports. The policies are at par, and slowly and steadily I'll see the pyramid growing from right from the bottom level. We have also introduced the Khelo India Para Games. The first one happened last year. We are hosting international events like Shooting World Cup happened, and it was judged one of the best World Cups. Next year, bidding for the World Para Athletics Championship. So when these big games are being hosted, more and more ecosystem gets involved in conducting these sports. More
Yeah.
career options open out. We are looking at a brighter future. Of course, there is a lot of work which needs to be done,
And
but at least
kudos
we
to
are
you,
facing in
applause
the
to
right
you,
direction.
Deepa Malik, because you being the face of Paralympics in the country, you're doing so much. You're encouraging youth, you're encouraging individuals to participate in it, because a crucial part of creating change, transformation is about awareness. And when awareness gets created, the people, the youth are told that, listen, this is advantageous to you. And if there is one youth from one village who wins the medal, there is an entire chain of change that happens.
Yeah.
And then from one village to more villages and towns and cities, and that's how the cycle moves. Congratulations to you on that, and you make the country proud. Anil Thupar, moving on to the next successive years and maybe a decade after this, how do you view India's position as a global Olympic medal winner? We are proposing India's name to be the next Olympic host.
That is something to do with 2036, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this country must do, but there are a lot of things before we go into organizing such games that it will definitely help our infrastructure, it will improve our. Today, the problem is something different, and we must talk good as well as something bad and alarming. Now, alarming is that none of the national federations are getting grants right now from the last 2-3 years.
Okay.
None of us is talking about that. Now, why this grant is not given is not the government policy, but there are some legal hindrance. There are some legal orders have been passed which have not been challenged, even challenged, not been taken care of. So 3 years now today, right from the last order was 2021. Honorable High Court has put some order. Now, if money is not coming into the National Federation and they're not going to organize some international events and domestic events, it is definitely going to affect, if not today, tomorrow. Although all national federations are working hard, they are getting going to different sponsors, CSR schemes, but still government support is so important because that's one grant which helps the national federations. No, she's talking about the Paralympic. I have got a small role to play in that. Is the wheelchair is run by the tennis association. Now, I am not able to get a single rupee from the government till date, despite that we organize a lot of tournaments. We wish to do many more. We organize nationals, but I don't know why this important part of our own life is not taken care of. This is my pain. Rather, we are doing it whether government supports or not. We love sports and we are here to do our best to the sporting area.
Yeah.
So my
no, absolutely.
whole idea.
Anil Duper, very rightly put, and this is a platform where we would like to understand what are the nitty-gritties, what are the problems, and it's nice to know that you are airing your grievances, and this is also a way to reach out to the government, to reach out to the stakeholders, and ask of them of the changes that you require, of the help and support they require to bring about change, to bring about more encouragement and allow for a smooth transition for players from becoming, honing their skills and talent to making them world-class athletes and sports person. Quickly then, Sunita Godra, last word from you before I wrap this up. About, again, I was talking about how does the sporting arena and particularly the sphere of Olympics look like for India in the next decade or two?
When the money is put in, like 2 lakh crore we need for the next Olympics if India is bidding. So before that, at least every year 10,000 crore has to go into sports for nurturing sports talents, juniors, grassroots level, and that alone government cannot do. We have to go for public-private partnership, and for that big companies have to come out to start this nurturing pipeline system of sports.
Okay, all right.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.